Hello everyone, welcome back. We've got a new game here, and it's currently Steam Next Fest when I'm recording this, and there's a ton of like demos out. And a lot of games in the world of like kind of strategy, tycoon, automation games. So this one piqued my interest. I do love train games. I love the visual style of this kind of like flat comic, yeah, I don't even know how one describes this, but it's pretty cool. It reminds me actually visually more interesting than Iron Roads, but which is also kind of like a kind of cozy, casual train delivery game. Yeah, so I gave it a quick play around with the tutorial here. I'm restarting it, but hopefully it's not just I've got a little bit more understanding what's going on. So let's get going. So essentially, the move camera by holding the left mouse button. I've got to kind of go through the tutorial. I don't think there's a non-tutorial way to start the thing. Select the Super Loco engine. So this is the Super Loco engine. Don't quite know why it's called such a thing, but yeah. And it's capable of lifting islands from the depths of the sea. I guess that's why it's super. So we want to raise an island that has these two things. So it's going to have a town, and it's going to have flour and planks um, as like factories that we can deliver from. So yeah, so we're going to do that. So now that we've clicked on it, raise an island. So if I zoom out here, I don't quite know what does it matter where we place it and how we place it. I don't know if we've got like limited ocean space, but I'm just gonna kind of put it as close as we can, like that. Our island gets raised. Don't know who's up there now in those hot air balloons. But yeah, so here's our island, and open control menu. So now we've got our construction menu here. And the idea is, so first we want to build our station. And so we've got flour here, planks over here, and our settlement area over here, and absolutely nothing else going on over there. So I don't know if it adds more resources over time or what. But otherwise, I will say that when I played the tutorial, it looked different from what I remember. So I think it is a bit randomly generated. Um, anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and we'll put our station there. All right. And then we want flour next, it's saying. So we'll put our station over at the flour area. And same deal, I want to just be able to like basically we're going to do a kind of classic like loop rail. Maybe we'll go around these rocks here. All right. So that's kind of cool. Got our flour mill up and running. And then choose any traffic light near a railway station, check its stopping conditions. So the logic in this game is unlike anything I have seen, I will say. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing yet. It took me a while to kind of get my head around it. But essentially, everything you set up, every light, every junction, you have this kind of very basic logic system. So like this one is basically saying, hold the train, so go red, if the production area has goods that are available to pick up and these goods, right? So pretty straightforward, it seems, but it's just, usually you don't, you would just kind of have a traffic lights for controlling, kind of one-way rail or rail traffic, but not so much around like should they stop here? Like normally they would ordinarily just stop here, right? But anyway, you'll see as we go through it. So build rails, switch to demolition mode, just to teach us that. So yeah, let's just get a rail going. Like I said, I'd like to get kind of just a loop, a basic loop going. Doesn't seem to care if we break things down. And yeah, so let's come over this way, I guess. And it's you can see it's like a 90-degree turn sitch. Let's get that connected. And then the question is, do we want... I think we've got enough money. I actually started with a, like, just a one-way, but I actually kind of think we can do a double track it. Switch to demolition, that's handy, so I don't really want that. So this will be our kind of main way, and it'll come in this way, like that. Yeah, and then let's do that. Maybe we'll come back up and go around this. So we'll just have a kind of standard loop for now. I haven't figured out a way to kind of just delete, you know, it's like you've got to kind of come in. But I think it's relatively forgiving on costs, giving you back the money. So, yeah, okay. So this is a straightforward loop here. And so we need to build a depot. So let's just put that over here, I think. We're going with the... it's just kind of not quite the right. We'll sort of come in and out. Yeah. Like something like... okay, so you can see we've got some weird things going. Let's do that. All right, so see, now I can do these switches, right? But I don't want to do that manually. Actually, something I haven't tried. Now, can we move across this way? Yeah, we've got a 4. Right, so let's do that. So it allows entry and exit. I don't, you know, generally we're going to be doing this depot thing manually, but yeah. But basically we've got this kind of, you know, deal here, and the only way to control these is via that logic system I was talking about. For now, let's just sort of, we'll manually set these to like, yeah, like kind of just stay on this route for now, and then this will remain. Yeah, okay. And so you know, so for right now, nobody's going in the depot, but yeah, so we'll figure that out. But okay, so we've got our depot. Click the depot now. So we're gonna grab our first train, and it wants us to build the semi-wagons for the flour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and flour we can make. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Sure, it'll be a red train. Okay. Just different names. I can't name it myself. Fine. So you see the train is here, and it's got this kind of manual operation. Like I can reverse the train, and then you can, if I hit stop, there is like an inertia thing. So it'll only gradually stop itself, and then the same this way, right? So this is just a regular old stop sign. So I believe if I just get the train going, it will. No, okay, it is stop. Let's try and... yeah, okay. So this stops. Can we build... oh, you can build a stop sign. Pauses the train to restart it. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is just going to keep going, essentially. And it's... and like we said, this traffic light says stop here if there's flour available. So it should just stop right there, and it will load up the flour. And then right now, the whole track will get it over here, and it will deliver the flour. So that's easy enough, right? We can go ahead and I'm just going to put the train at max speed, and that'll just kind of get going. And make your first delivery to the town, repaint a train. I'm not sure if you have to do that. You probably have to do that at the depot. We'll make a new train and just paint it to get rid of that one. And then increase the game speed, so I'll just set up to 3. And there you go. And so it did fill up, and it's going to make its way over here. And it should deliver. Again, I didn't. So this traffic light was automatically set up, and there we go. And this population, so it just sort of says it needs all of these things. Satisfy the needs up unlock the upgrade. It's kind of unclear. So here it's saying. So I think that's it consuming. I don't know how you know. Oh, I see. So these two dots. So it's currently got um, you know, two cargo, I believe. And now it's only got room to put two. So you see this train is already kind of, inefficient. Oh, and actually, let's slow down time here. So you can see that we just got a build a refuel post. So the train is at half fuel when I mouse over it. So that's another thing. So we want to sort of set up a refueling station somewhere. Um, and I think in general you would want it off the main line so it's not holding up trains. Let's just put it on the main line for now. Um, yeah. So this is where we could do some sort of logic thing where maybe like, okay, let's try this. So we're gonna offshoot this way since we do have space and refuel post. So we'll put that right here. And then, whoops, let's go ahead and set back this back up, right? I like it. It does put a lot of kind of like this, right? Like it's just visuals because there's no watering. Like there's the refueling. There isn't any this, but it's just sort of there as a kind of. It just adds little cool visuals everywhere. Um, so yeah, like why is there a bridge there? I don't know. I mean, it's like a reinforcer, like the, oh, I see. I guess because this land maybe is like right here. It looks like it's unstable land, so let's put like a concrete reinforcement. Anyway, so this is an example here where I need to put a junction switcher. So, so the idea here is it's gonna check. So we're gonna put a condition in. We want, let's say, we want to go, we want the junction to be this direction if the fuel amount is, and like in this one, less than 50%. Perfect. And then we want to do, no, not or. Yes, this is the, you are in a new condition. Uh, no, okay, so that's add action. Right, so if less than 50%, set this way. Otherwise, set the other way. Right, and then it's like if the above conditions are not met. I don't think there's much more you can, or, oh, you can actually, yeah. So, right, so if the above condition not met. So that's a little bit of logic there, right? Um, so that should do that. And then this one, so like the default is going to be this. Is there ever a reason we'd want that changed? Not for right now, because this is a one-way loop. But you can set up something where it just always switches it back over or something like that, you know? Like as an example, like an example is like right here, I always want this, like always switch this over to this way, right? Because when this rail approaches, it should never take the turn in here, because we're going to make this is a one-way loop, right? So this junction should always go this way. And actually, I'm not sure there's never. I just realized that we shouldn't even have this built over, should we? Because if this is one way, it would enter from this direction. So yeah, so maybe we don't really need that, but there would be examples otherwise. We'll leave it like this for now. All right, so notice that it didn't turn in. I think we were just shy of the 50% there. But next circuit around, it should. Choose a traffic light near a refuel post and check train stopping conditions. Okay, so yeah, so it's so the regular one here is automatically set to refuel if under 50%, which we did for this junction. So really, it should never actually make it to this light unless it's already come through here, right? I guess one problem with this is, yeah, the only, Well, we're going to have another station over here. It's just that, like, really, this would be coming in this way and then going out this way. So it's never even going to refuel over here. So we might have to put up another fueling station, maybe. But yeah, ideally you'd have a fueling station somewhere that the trains both go through. Anyway, so yeah, so we did that. Deliver more goods to unlock the town upgrade. So yeah, I mean, we're maxing this out, and it's consuming it at this pace, x1. I guess that this goes up once we unlock the, you know, like as this is consuming, it looks like we're getting close to the upgrade. And there we go. We see that the train went under 50, so the junction switched. And now it hit the traffic light, same condition, and it's going to refuel. Oh, and it does actually take quite a while, so yeah. So the other thing you could do, I mean, that's an automatic junction. So I've noticed that trains do, so trains won't collide. They will just stop when they have something in front of them. So for instance, right here, let's say we had two trains that need to refuel, it would start clogging up the line here because this junction, it would basically get stuck around here. Probably means that we actually want to move the fuel over here because then you could have multiple trains waiting. So actually that's what I'm going to do. Let's just, let's do that. Demolish. Get rid of that light, and then we'll put it up over here. Refuel. Let's put it right at the end there. Alright, and so same deal. So I don't think we need to do anything else. This still has the 50% condition. But yeah, what's good about that now is that if multiple trains have to come in, they will just sort of wait in line. So you don't need to do like signals for blocking. Because in most train games, the trains are blind, essentially, and they wait for the traffic lights to tell them what to do. The trains aren't blind. They look ahead, and if there is a train there, they'll stop. But they do need to be told where to go and like kind of given logic in that way. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to speed up time, and let's get this town upgraded. There we go. And I think we're just waiting essentially for this consumption to happen. And this should, yep. See, notice the automatic thing reset itself. And there we go. And so now we can spend 4,000. We've got plenty of money. And that upgraded our town. And so it's still doing the 1x consumption, but now it wants 2 planks. And it actually has room for a lot of planks. So let's go ahead and set up, just go to slow down, and yeah, let's set up a new station. So right here, we want to do it that way so it can loop around. Sure. Alright. And, oh, receive a contribution of 5,000 from Grateful Migrants. Sure. Alright, the engine is capable of lifting islands. Receive a contribution. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the next task is to get to town level 3, which obviously we're going to do by getting our planks in. So, yeah, let's set up. So I think we'll do the same. We're going to come around. We do have a bit of a... Can we go through? No. So we're going to have a bit of a curvy deal. And in keeping with our, you know, correct situation here, we're gonna dive right through these. I'm not sure what those are actually. Sort of, what are those? Someone's gonna tell me. But yeah, something like that. Bit ugly, but what are you gonna do? Terrain makes the decisions there. Okay, so now we're gonna have to have some logic going here. For right now, this should all be, like, the junctions will still set the same way. So what we want is, like, this is going to be a key decision here. So let's set up one of those junction switches. And this is where we want to say, okay, so the junction should be going this way Um, the UI is pretty weird. Uh, like, so you'd think if always, I can't click on that, but if I click on plus or, then I can. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, okay. So if like we'll say the wagon type is it's going to be the flatbed wagon. Yeah, and then if the above condition is not met, we want to go this way. So this way if the above condition is not met, this way if the condition is. Now, the problem is with this. So we might have, hopefully I can fit another one in here, otherwise this intersection is too close together. So, let's see, can we put another one in right here? I think we can then. Okay, so we're gonna, basically it's the same condition. I thought I saw a uh, copy rail signal, copies a rail signal along with all logic. Okay, so actually, like, if I delete that, can I take that and put it there? Okay. And so is, oh, it didn't copy it though. So, okay, so same deal. So, okay, this one we want going that way as long as it has, not station goods, not station goods. What was it? Wagon type of flatbed. Okay. And then, so go that direction if that's the case. Otherwise, if that condition's not met, then yeah, we want to reset it to kind of go in that way. Well, okay, yeah, okay. I mean, actually, if any train has made it over here, it always wants to go this way because it never can go right. I guess theoretically it could turn that way and go back to the thing, but why would it ever be doing that right now? So actually, like maybe another way of doing this is this should always, if it's made it to this spot right here, always set that direction. Yeah, okay. I think that's the way to do it. Then over here, so for right now, we have no trains that are going to be coming from this direction. So we do have this. So I could say, well, if it needs to refuel, it needs to go this way, right? um, do we want to try? Do we want to get that crazy? So here, because we could say, or if fuel is less than 50%, go that direction. Yeah, okay, let's try it, right? So go that direction if you need to refuel, or if you have, wait, we got this the wrong way. Not the flatbeds, this one. Okay, so go that way if you're delivering, you know, the grain or whatever, or fetching grain, or the fuel. Okay. Otherwise, go that way. Okay. Then, over here, so, now we're going to say, so if it's empty essentially and it's flat, I think is the way to go this one, right? So if wagon type is flatbed and it's empty, then go that direction. So that direction. Otherwise, no, that's not the otherwise. Otherwise, we're just going to go forward. What that one? Is that also forward? I guess both of those are forward. Yeah. Okay. We'll see if this all works, right? And then over here now we have, so because something, we don't really want it to go all the way around here. I mean, I guess it could, but I'm thinking we probably want to just set up this, and we'll set up a thing here too. So now this one is, so if it is a wagon type of flatbed, we're going to go left. Otherwise, we're just going to go forward. I think that's the easiest way to do it. All right. Yeah, I have no idea if that will work. We will find out. Also, does that? Yeah. You just right-click to confirm. Like, essentially, there is no confirmation. Okay, so now we need to buy a new train. So we'll buy our workhorse, and we're buying, this time, our platform train. So we'll just do 4 again. Let's go ahead and make that yellow. And yeah, let's just get it going. And we'll set it to top speed as well. Now, this one, so that's, yeah, so it should, let's see how this all goes. So this is going to be refueling. Yeah, okay. You can see there it got a little confused, got concerned it was going to collide, but it sorted itself out, which is cool. So he's refueling. He did turn around and head that way. Hopefully you will just pause. Just want to check again. So if condition, yeah. So hopefully he though is gonna, yeah, switch it out. Awesome. Okay, so he's gonna head on over there for the flour. He also turned up this way, so he's gonna hopefully pick up some planks. All right, let's speed this up. Yep. So he's picking up the planks. Other fellas coming for the flour, and we'll see how this all. And it's over here now. I think this is always, like, we don't need anything here because that is always right now this direction. So now hopefully this, yeah, that sorted itself out too. So now the only issue is, and then you'll see this should just slow down. Yep, he waits. And so we unloaded our planks. Yeah, great, okay. I actually got all the logic up and running there. Sweet, okay. And then, yeah, he's just going to go around and do the same thing, and he's going to head this way. And then the only question is, so hopefully he'll also, when he needs to refuel, head this way. And we know he'll do the rest of it right, because he came out of this depot and then did that. So, yeah. Sweet. Okay. More deliveries. So, yeah, I think we're just waiting here for this to all fill up. So I'm just going to leave this going. I suppose we could add... Well, I don't think it's worth adding a train because you can see, like, this one didn't even unload one cargo. So this one's already sort of over capacity, overutilized, right? And then this one we could, it looks like, afford to actually have a second train running. Because, oh, and there off he goes to refuel. So, yeah, it looks like this, because this one we're not feeding right as quickly. Like we've got plenty of room to store more, and it looks like it's going to run out before he even makes it back. So I'm debating just setting up another one just to, we don't need to, but I like the idea of kind of maxing utilization. I wonder if we can. Is there a way to just copy? There is not. Or maybe there is. Wait, there's copy a rail signal, turn off signals in an area. Yeah. So there isn't look like there's a copy. And you can see there's also speed adjusting arc. Yeah. So there's things we don't even have. Okay. Let's do it though. So we've got money. It looks like I'm not too concerned. Purchase another 4. We'll make it the same color as the other one, yellow. And Yeah. But we don't have to do anything else. Just start it up. That's cool. Okay. Because the logic is all in. So that's the difference, right? Is that there's no routes. The logic is all on the railroad itself, which is definitely unique in the train. You know, I'm trying to think of one where it hasn't all been like route based, right? Either route based or individual train. You just say you have to tell it which station to make it to, and then it routes itself. So it's an interesting idea. All right, yeah, here we can see. Oh, okay. Problem is we have now two trains running, but actually this does not refill quick enough. So actually maybe two trains is overkill. Um, yeah. So now how do we get this guy? Well, I guess he is filling up there, but I don't know. How do we get him back? I wonder if there's a uh, yeah, it's kind of you might have to manually do that. Unless, because I don't think there's a way to, like, there's nothing I can click on this train. I can change its speed, and that's it. I can't do anything else. So, because I'd love to kind of flag the train as, like, send it to the depot, but there isn't actually a way to do it. So I think you just got to kind of manually, this is where I would disable the signal maybe, and then manually get it home. Bit annoying, but yeah. Let's go ahead and upgrade the town. Oh, and that's it. Okay. Short, sweet, whatever. We hit half an hour. I will post it. Um, but yeah, it looks a lot of fun. I'm curious to see where all this kind of like building islands goes to, and maybe you connect the islands together. That'd be kind of cool. Like you build rail bridges across them. But yeah, the game is Super Loco World. Go ahead and wishlist it on Steam if you like it. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.